Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NBV Crypto Talks. We have with us today Mr. Bipin Babu, co-founder of Collexion. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
I'll try and take you back to the origins of the idea and how the platform came about.
Okay.
How did you enter the space with Collexion?
So I've been part of the blockchain industry for the last 6 years, and we've been building a lot of products for PSUs, for major tech giants across the world. And with time, we understood that there is so much which blockchain as a technology can give. So it happened last year into 2020 that we came across NFT, and parallelly we also realized that all the everything in our lives, starting from food to entertainment to dates to medicines, healthcare, everything has moved online, to transport, everything. And we also were able to realize that similarly the art economy is also going totally digital.
Yeah.
And so that was the second reason. Third, we also realized that people have now started considering art also as an asset.
Yeah.
Which is in a way really true, because art has been an asset in our old times also. For example, there's one particular painting at my home. It's by Raja Ravi Verma.
Okay.
It's one of the most prominent painters we had. It's an asset for me and my family.
True.
That's in the physical format, but now that's all going on as into the digital world.
Yeah.
And hence we realize that NFT is something which we actually truly want to build.
Okay.
And one more reason which Abhay and me realize is that for the first time there's something in the blockchain space which is in sync with the psychology of the millennials and Gen Z.
Okay.
As art, as NFTs, it along with the notional value, it gives a brag value, it plus gives a commercial value, while it's being traded or sold or whatever. And hence we decided, we want to build a platform for the masses, which will also help people to get educated in this domain. Plus, they're going to have a lot of fun whilst doing this.
Okay.
And hence Collexion came into picture.
Okay. How did the name come about? How did you reach this particular name for the platform?
Oh, very interesting. So we wanted to term it something like which is collection.
Yeah.
And it's your personal collection of whatever you own. And this thought is actually inspired from the trump cards we used to play in whilst we were kids.
Yeah.
We used to have collections of trump cards, stamps,
True.
coins, and posters of Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah, definitely.
So there used to be a magazine called as Sports Star where we used to get a big poster every fortnight. Yes. So that used to be my collection, right, or anybody's.
Yeah.
And hence from there it got derived as Collexion, which is collection, which is to infinity.
Okay.
Hence and our tagline is also infinity begins here.
Yeah.
So hence Collexion.
That's a very interesting journey to reach that name. So in the existence of the company so far, how do you see and how do you analyze the space has evolved over the last few months?
So not just few months. If you look back to the last quarter of 2020, the NFT space actually started getting a lot of limelight.
Yeah.
Not because of just the hoax, because a lot of people started believing in NFTs. And when I say people, this also includes top brands.
Yeah.
If you see, Lamborghini announced that they are coming out with their NFTs. Similarly, other brands like Gucci, they announced, and a lot of other brands.
Yeah.
So now that's one part. Apart from that, a lot of digital creators came out with fantastic artwork, and that's got started being believed and being seen as assets. And if you look at the transactions, or the worth of sales which have happened in the NFT space, including the likes of CryptoPunks, apes, and so on and so forth, it's going on a pace of 100x.
Yeah.
If you compare the last quarter and the last quarter of this year, it's crossed billions.
True.
And there is a clear indication, and especially whenever an institution start getting into a space, it's a clear indication that that particular space has value and is going to lay a foundation for a larger and a stronger future.
Okay.
Especially when Visa said that we're going to enter the NFT space. Fantastic. With time, I also see probably even governments saying that we're going to do NFTs. Right? I really believe that probably the archives in our history
Yeah, definitely.
should be made NFTs. Probably it shouldn't be made sellable, right, or acquirable, but it should be made NFTs.
Yeah. Accessible to the
Yes,
masses.
yes, and plus you ensure that those are real
Exactly, and protected
and
at
protected.
the same time.
Exactly. So I see NFT as a huge potential in the coming time.
So, like you said, the space is booming. The NFT space is just going bananas. How has the company then dealt with this particular boom? How has the company evolved, and what kind of barriers have you guys faced over the last 1 year?
So just like it's faced by any other startup, so there are basic challenges which are just there for a new company. For us, additionally, the challenge is creating awareness around NFTs.
Yeah.
Because people aren't educated about it. People are keen, but they don't have the right sources to know about it.
True.
So even today, there's a huge lot of people who don't understand even what blockchain is.
Yeah.
Right? Let alone crypto and NFT. So we took that as a challenge. That okay, NFT is a space which probably will be boomed by a lot of millennials or crowded by a lot of millennials and Gen Z folks. It's actually easy to comparatively easy to make them aware or teach something new to them.
Okay.
Yes, and so this has been one challenge, and we're trying to do that, figure that out, that what all measures are going to be taken to overcome that.
Yeah.
Apart from that, of course, no clarity from the regulatory bodies.
Yeah.
That's another challenge. But however, I really think I'm being positive that the regulatory bodies would be pro blockchain. They are pro blockchain. I think they'll also be pro NFTs or crypto.
Sure.
Having said that, I do understand that there has to be some regulatory guidelines set for the users. Eventually, it is for the safeguard of users and the companies as well, vice versa.
Yeah.
So challenges are how to start off technology, lack of technology resources. You don't have easy access to good technology resources.
Sure.
Plus awareness of the subject. So these are few challenges.
So, what are you guys doing then to deal with that, the awareness side of things? I mean, the resources you have to grind in today's day and age.
Yes.
You have to grind to find the right people. But what are you doing about the awareness side of things? What kind of steps have you
So, if you look at our social media handles, or our Telegram groups, we actually do extensive, basic awareness stuff, campaigns, sessions, so on and so forth on our social media platforms. And then people like you, who actually help us deal with that part of our problem.
Okay.
This reaches a lot of masses. They go out on the web and figure out what NFTs are.
Yeah.
If not, they come and ask our community. That actually also helps. So this is one thing which we are doing. So as much as we can,
Yeah.
we are trying to talk to a lot of students across the country and worldwide, doing webinars around it. So that's one way of dealing it.
Okay.
Right? With time, on the platform itself, we'll come up with a separate section which is going to be totally about education around blockchain
Okay.
and NFTs.
Yeah. So, in all of this, then, the NFT platforms, the platforms like Collection, there are quite a few others that are coming up in India and across the world. How does a platform like yours then stand out?
So we stand out very clearly that we are a licensed NFT platform. What does it mean? It means that whoever or whatever NFTs are being sold on our platform are only available on our platform.
Okay.
Now that gives a major sense of authenticity to the users. So on our platform, we are a licensed NFT platform, and all the celebrities or the legends who are on our platform are exclusively signed up with us for NFTs. Right? You won't see a Maxwell or a Pollard, or a Bravo, all these NFTs anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's the contract with celebs. And plus, added advantage is when the NFT space started, it started with random artworks,
Yeah.
right, which were amazing. Few were amazing, few were shitty. But since people are not aware, people are buying anything and everything.
Yeah, just to
Be part of that race,
hopeful, yeah.
right? Just to be and hopeful, of course, hope, hopeful of that value going up.
Yeah.
In our case, all the NFTs are actually backed by people who have proven themselves in the
Okay.
past,
Okay.
who have a market value, who are considered as legends, or experts in their industries, be it sports, be it entertainment. I'm taking those names because those are one which we have started off with. And these people are trusted and loved by
Yeah.
users. So very clear demarcation between us and other platforms.
Okay. So, like you said, the creator side of things is a very staunch thing for your platform. The investor side of things, apart from getting the licensing thing, and apart from getting the exclusive, what else does your platform? How else does your platform draw an investor, a common investor who doesn't really? There will be a lot of people who won't necessarily know about the exclusivity and what it brings. How do you get those people in?
So, firstly, I would also want to, tell you on that we are not just a marketplace. We are trying to deal with the entire life cycle of a user who comes to our platform.
Yeah.
How? To answer that, so we have the marketplace, wherein people can buy it and sell it, of course, buy NFTs and sell NFTs. Post that, we have a fantastic feature, which is for which we have it's an old technology built in house.
Okay.
Applied a patent for it. It is it's actually world's first virtual NFT museum.
Okay.
Okay, so at this place, people would be able to witness an entire life of their favorite legend or celebrity in form of NFTs.
Okay. That sounds really cool.
So there's an entire virtual environment which you enter. For example, Madame Tussauds is for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So we would have a museum for a particular legend.
Yeah.
So you enter their museum, you see their entire life from this beginning, things which are probably even not available on the web. In that museum, things which will be actually available for sale. People can click on it and own that part of their life as NFT.
Okay. That sounds really.
So there we are taking care of the engagement and the future aspect of
Okay.
the NFTs on our platform. That's one feature. Apart from that, we are also ensuring that the users use their NFTs,
Okay.
not just for selling and trading. Beyond that, which means we have an inbuilt gaming engine, online
Okay.
gaming engine,
Okay.
when people will be able to use those NFTs, play games, earn money,
Okay.
and of course have fun.
That's-
So from buying, selling, to engaging with their favorite celebs, to going beyond and playing games and making money. So we are trying to cover all of it
Okay.
in a perspective of the entire life cycle of a user.
It sounds like a really interesting concept on the whole, and honestly speaking, I was sold on the virtual museum thing. I mean, I would love to experience something like that for somebody like a Steven Gerrard or something.
No, thank you.
So, coming to a more recent development, congratulations first of all on the
Thank you.
big
Thank you.
investment recently.
Yes.
I'm sure that I was speaking to somebody recently, and he was like, investment means a start, not a milestone. It's
That's true.
a start.
That's true.
So what does that mean for your platform at this point?
So we're really thankful and grateful to have Polygon on board as investors. Apart from the monetary value, we see it for us. It's more of the strategic partnership which we have with them. Polygon. I'm a fan of Polygon.
Yeah.
They done fantastic stuff. They put India on the global map on for blockchain, and they have a very fantastic active community, be it of developers, be it of users. So we see that as a very added advantage to us. Being partners to us, we'll be able to probably get access to their community, and that community which they have is already somewhere or the other, aware or learned about crypto, about blockchain, about NFTs. So that's a huge advantage. And plus, of course, the team's experience, the Polygon's experience in the past years, that comes in a lot of handy for us.
Yeah.
And plus on the technology bit also, there's going to be a lot of support from their end to ensure that we make user experience and technology better day in and out.
So I'll start towards wrapping things up with like maybe 2 or 3 final questions. So far, with Collexium, what has been the biggest learning in this particular space?
Oh, that's a good question. The biggest learning, has been that you need to have your customer ready.
Okay.
First, right, to buy your product.
Sure.
And you have to create that kind of an environment, that comfortable environment, to for those customers to come and actually pursue your product. Apart from that, we also realize that, especially for a country like India, whatever you build has to be built for masses.
Yeah.
That's a major learning which we got. So if you see a lot of platforms of NFT globally, they're not built for masses.
Okay.
They're built for the niche.
Okay.
Of people who are beyond basic needs and who just want to have a lot of money, want to invest in things which make them happy, and
the typical collector.
Exactly, typical collectors actually.
Yeah.
So, but in a country like ours or the Asian market, we have to go beyond that.
Yeah.
Right. NFT itself is a niche industry.
True.
But can we make that niche for the masses? So that's one learning which we got, that we have to come up with features, plans, campaigns, and product usability which appeals the masses.
Okay.
And that also brings in a lot of trust from people, and that's what we want. We want to be probably the Amazon of NFTs tomorrow.
Okay.
And to have that, you need to have a lot of trust from people,
Yes.
engaging customers, and that's what we're trying to do. So this was probably the biggest learning which we got in the last 9 months. We've been working on our product.
Yeah. So how do you see the market evolving then? Like you said, you have to appeal to the masses. How do you see the masses evolving with this particular concept?
See, masses are evolving so I see major 3 type of folks who are interested into this domain, and my numbers come from our own experience. So we did a beta launch already, and we have been inviting people to come and join the waitlist. So there are 100,000 plus people who join the waitlist.
Okay.
And if I am able to segregate, so these are people who either have been into blockchain and crypto, so on and so forth. This is one. Second, have been the type of people who use a lot of fan engagement tools.
Okay.
I don't want to term names.
Yeah.
Right? Fan engagement tools where they're able to engage with their fans, get video messages, so on and so forth. That's the second. Third, and the largest one, is the people who are totally into online gaming.
Okay.
And that's a huge number in our country.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it also includes people who do a lot of in-game purchases.
Okay.
Be it on platforms like FB,
Yeah.
or be it on other platforms, standalone platforms of online gaming.
Yeah.
So these 3 categories have been actually bombarding the NFT market.
Okay.
Because it is able to give a blend of all these 3 to the user.
Okay.
So and I think this is what since we're able to deal with all these 3 things on our platform, people would have amazing rewards, returns and fun on our platform.
Okay. So what next? What's the next big thing for Collexium?
Next big thing is to have at least 1 million active users
Okay.
on our platform. That's what the target is, and we're going to collaborate with more and more legendary stars,
Okay.
not just India, globally, and bring it to our Indian audience and the global audience, of course. That's what we are targeting.
So one final question. What is your big hope for the next maybe 5 years? I think that's too long a time, but still for the industry on the whole and Collection as a platform?
Big hope is that every dinner table across the world discuss at least NFT once.
Okay.
That's big hope for the industry, and for Collection, what we aim to do is to at least own 10% of that global industry who is aware about it and talks about it every day in and out in dinner table.
That sounds like a wonderful note to end on. Thank you so much for taking out the time and talking to us. I hope you liked the conversation, and I hope to do this again soon.
Really looking forward, and also inviting your viewers to come and join Collection.
Yes.
Come be part of all our social media handles, our Telegram channel. Come learn about NFTs. Get a chance to feel more and more close to your favorite legends and stars. Own their NFTs. Make money out of it. Have fun. Thank you.